like that. It's a lot of money, why are you mad like that? Ooh, I'm in my new bag, my bad. You ain't get too bad, my bad. First of the month, I'ma run it back. Same day, why I'ma run it back. Friday, payday, run it back. Run it back, run it back, run it back.
Welcome in, everybody. It's the coach. This is Madden 20 on EA Sports. We are moments away from what should be an excellent matchup between them.
First opened in 2002, there's a look inside Ford Field here in downtown Detroit, the Motor City. Today we kick off the new year with an NFC North matchup between the Minnesota Vikings and the Detroit Lions. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. So here are the Lions now coming out for their opening drive. And trotting out there, their tall quarterback standing at 6'5".
What I enjoyed this week is that you asked to talk to his offensive center before the game and find out a little bit more about him and what the relationship is. And that was a pretty positive story, wasn't it?
Yeah, and really what I took away from that is just how it is permeated throughout the entire offensive line, the relationship they've had. It's really a group that's in sync.
They care about him. That's the thing. They really care. And when you care that much, you're going to play that much harder for him and give a better chance to lead the team that wins.
Maybe a good spot to take a shot. Here's 2nd and a yard from the 34. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. That one a gain of 20 and a first down. And a nice start there to the aerial attack to pick up the first.
And I think preseason is officially over now. Getting into the groove of the regular season, that's a great way to get started. First drive of the season, what a nice completion.
Now a nice play defensively on first down as this is knocked away and incomplete. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. A first carry now. This is Johnson. He'll get only a couple down to the 44.
Vision is so important for the man in the middle because his ability to look through all the clutter that's happening in front of him, diagnose a play, and then go make it and finish it, that's when the great ones know that they have the goods.
He'll take a shot for the end zone. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked up by Josh Jackson. And it's a good return here as he'll get all the way up close to the 35. So the first interception of his career under center, and you knew it was going to happen sooner or later.
It has to. And I know he feels like the world is just tumbling down at this moment, but there's got to be some veteran.
And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off near the 42. And he will score. Touchdown, Lions. I don't know who all is to blame there, but I love seeing pick sixes.
Nothing like seeing someone pluck it out of the air and go the other way and see people try to change directions. Hard to do.
Extra point splits the uprights, and that makes the score 7-0. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And all that worked, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They had the auspicious beginning to the season, a first drive turnover. Now they'll try again here, 1st and 10. Barkley on first down, running into a wall as he stopped up right at the line of scrimmage. Bringing him to the ground defensively, Tedrick Thompson. Well, they had the run for no gain. Now they'll try again from the 25 on 2nd and 10. Now a deep ball here, hauled in just past the 50. That one covers 29 yards, first down.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. But slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
Off of play action, Darnold. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Darnold now to throw. They'll set up the screen to Barkley. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 47. Now that screen there on second down certainly didn't develop how they had hoped. Is that one they should have even tried, or is that one the quarterback sticks in his pocket?
I think the latter. I like what you said there, because trying is one thing. We can second guess just about every call. But in this case, when you realize that it's broken down, just throw it at the feet of your intended receiver so that no one can pick it off, right? You don't have the ball tipped up in the air, and you come back and try and pick up the first down on third down. That way you don't lose any yardage.
Now throwing on third down there, but he cannot connect. Now let's see. Yeah, the offense still out there. They elect to go on 4th and 11. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning, hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Mike Zimmer got to be unhappy with how that turned out. And it'll be a turnover on downs. Well, I guess they wanted to get that touchdown right back on their first drive, but failed to do so.
And what they have to be careful of is pushing so hard to stay right there, to stay even with their opponent, that they gas themselves out. You know, it's almost like horse racing. Sometimes you don't want to take your horse right to the front and let them do all the work, and then someone catch them at the end and pass them up. You want to make sure you moderate what you're doing along the way and then go for the big finish.
Here's Johnson. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a third down.
That's a really alert defense there, because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. He finds his man Johnson, and he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. First down for the Lions on a nice pickup of 18 yards. The first down carry here for Johnson. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down. Still a few inches short of a first down as they come up now on second down. On play action, they'll throw. Catch is made by Hockenson, the tight end. That one good for the completion percentage, but no gain. It'll be third down.
And that's when it's fun to play defense. When you're able to diagnose a play right from the beginning, get all your guys to the football and spill the play, that's when you have a lot of fun playing on that side of the ball.
Under a heavy rush, and down he goes.
Well, it's about how teams are so competitively matched, and you just want to make those plays that give you an advantage. How about right here? The difference between letting them score a touchdown versus holding them to a field goal, that's absolutely huge with the play he just made.
You know, he hated taking the loss there on third down. So that's a 7-play drive that ultimately stalls out there at the end.
Yeah, things were a little leaky in the beginning on that drive, weren't they? But how about the front seven? As they got closer to the goal line, things stiffened a little bit, forced the field goal.
And all that worked, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. And now out comes Minnesota. And on that last drive, went for it on 4th, turned it over. But good job by their defense, though. They held them to 3, but this offense, they've got to be a little bit better, a little bit more careful here.
And sometimes when you see these calls on 4th down, when they decide to go for it, it's not necessarily the coach saying, I believe in my offense. Sometimes the coach saying, I believe in my defense. I can afford to go for it here, because if we don't get it, I don't think we'll give up more than 3. And that's exactly what happened.
You think that factored in?
I do. I think that he had that in his mind going into the game, that I'm going to be aggressive on offense because I know I've got a defense that can hold up their end. 17
yards, first down, Vikings. So a solid run by Saquon Barkley, and another 1st and 10 here. Going to give this time to the tailback. And an alley to run. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. It's a gain of 11 as the Vikings pick up the first. Getting the sense, Charles, are going to put a big emphasis this afternoon on the run game.
And why not? What we're seeing so far, working pretty well from them. And here's the best part. We always talk about the best performers do their job when the lights come on. I think he likes natural light best.
Now a man open down the middle of the field. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. First red zone chance now for the Vikings. 1st and 10 at the 19. Darnold from the gun. Oh, he got position on him, and he pulls it in. And he will score. Touchdown, Vikings. From 19 yards away, as his guys are on the board here in this first quarter. Zerline good with a PAT, and that'll cut it to 3 at 10-7. Now after the touchdown, it's Zerline. He'll kick it away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a first down now. And now the drive starts with a completion out to the right. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. First down Lions on a pickup of 13. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Second quarter action now from Detroit, and it's the homestanding Lions who have the football as they've got it with a 1st and 10.
Check 26, check 26.
They'll look to throw now on first down. Open man, he's got him, the tight end Hockenson. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. A well-executed 22-yard gain.
And there's a completion to the tight end. And look at the size of these players nowadays. At that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players, somehow came back to football. That's really good for the game of football. You're getting better athleticism, great hand-eye coordination, guys who know how to control their bodies when they run their routes.
Off the draw, here's Johnson. 2 yards on the carry there, and it's going to lead him to third down.
Well, he hasn't made much of an impact in the running game thus far, and after that last run, not much is going to change in that area.
He hasn't been able to get anything going, and really the offensive line not helping him much. The Lions on third down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 4. They'll look to throw. They got a man, it's Woods. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. And this is going to turn into another first down as the tackle is made at the Vikings 17-yard line. Inside the red zone here, they'll look to throw. Screenplay, Johnson. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. Call that a loss of 5 yards on the play. And it'll make this a 2nd and long. Got to give some credit there defensively. They snuffed out that screen early on first down.
Really read it well, didn't they? Because they didn't bring the pressure that they expected. They covered all the passing lanes. So once you see it break down as the passer, I think in this situation, you're throwing it at the feet of your back to make sure no one picks it off, or you throw it away, throw it over the sideline. Don't try and freelance and try and make a bigger play. There's really no one else running a pattern that should be open.
He'll look to throw. This is caught. And he won't have the touchdown, but he will have the first down as he's tackled at the 2. The gain of 5 that time gives him the conversion and makes it 1st and goal.
50, plant. Come on.
Again, he'll drop to throw. He's got his man. It's caught for a Lion touchdown. Robert Woods there to make the grab. And the Lions are able to extend their lead. And all about timing there on that short slant, Charles.
Exactly right. That was timed up so well. The route, the throw, touchdown.
No problem there on the extra point. And his guys will take a 10-point lead. Fielded about a yard deep. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been had he simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. Now the Minnesota offense set to take over again. And they had to wait a long time to get the football back. Probably not what you were hoping for when you got an offensive summit.
Agreed. What you were looking for is the defense getting the ball back pretty quickly, right? Hoping for a 3 and out. So that didn't happen. You can't yell at your D for that. They've got to take care of their own business and reestablish themselves now that they're back on the field.
On second down, here's Barkley. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 12 yards there. First down, Vikings.
Something to watch here in week 1 of the season, tackling. Because you and I both know that in the preseason, a lot of these guys don't play a whole lot. Plus the intensity and the speed really ratchets up on opening week.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. A shotgun snap for Darnold. Going deep for Diggs. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's second down. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Back to throw, Darnold. And he comes back with one complete. So the ball moves into Lion territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 38. Here's Darnold. And he whips that one incomplete there. Stephon Diggs, his intended receiver. And that'll bring up second down. They work again from the 38 on 2nd and 10. Darnold to throw again. Throwing the out route incomplete. It's Moss.
But it appears that they read man defense and went to the out route, and what you have to do in that one is a receiver's got to make sure he works the defender towards the middle of the field to give himself space to cut to the outside. And have
a battle for it, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 18. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. You don't see this often. A quarterback of his caliber, 2 first-half interceptions.
It's absolutely surprising because it happens so rarely. You're searching for what reason, what's going on out there. It's not just maybe the defense is playing well. Is his horoscope off? His biorhythms? What is it?
You went horoscope on us, David.
Well, I was thinking maybe REM sleep was off. I'm trying to come up with something.
Anything, right?
Check 91. 91 is the mic. Mike 91.
On second down now. It's Johnson. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down.
The best defensive linemen, they play with great leverage so they can get low and not get bowled over by offensive linemen. They have excellent hands. They can throw people off on a play. We just saw a great example of a really good run stop by guy.
Blitz coming, and down he goes. Anthony Barr comes rumbling in for the sack. So on 4th down, here's the Australia native Mitch Wishnowsky to punt this one away. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. We remind you that coming up in 2 minutes, we'll again head down to visit with Jonathan Coachman in Orlando, back for another year. He'll have scores from around the NFL here on this opening weekend. This is fielded at the 27. A very good return there. Give him an even 20 yards. And the Vikings will take over here 1st and 10. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And 2 interceptions already here in this first half. That's got to affect him a little bit, right? He's got to be thinking about it.
He's got to be thinking about it, but most of the good ones, they find a way to put it aside. They're not happy about it by any stretch of the imagination. They find a way to put it aside and continue to play their game.
Can he put it aside? Let's find out. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
52. 52's the mic. Swiss. Check nickel. He's coming.
Out of the shotgun, here's Darnold. This is the tight end Fant. And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10. That one goes for 24 yards.
Obviously, this has not been a banner game throwing the football. So what you got to do, you got to kind of down focus, don't you think? Find the tight end, take some easier completions.
The interception last drive. There he hits the reliable target. And that'll be caught by Diggs for a Minnesota touchdown. Stephon Diggs there to make the grab, as they are now just an extra point away from making this a 3-point game. Zerline connects on the extra point. And, partner, they found a gap there on the post pattern, and it was in the middle third of the field.
And that's really difficult to do because ordinarily the safeties are back there to prevent that happening. But they found the opening and exploited it.
That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. And Detroit getting set to go now. Still more than a minute to go, so there is time if they want to mount something here.
Not only time, but they have 3 timeouts at their disposal as well. So that changes everything that you're doing here. Without those timeouts, you can only work the sidelines, hoping to get out of bounds. Here, the middle of the field is still available because you can call timeout and regroup.
And the catch made by Johnson. The Lions will use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a tick under a minute to go before half. Maybe a good spot to take a shot. Here's 2nd and a yard from the 34.
He's not going to get me. Watch the ship.
2nd and 1. This pass complete to Higgins. And he goes out right around the 39. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
91.
The play-action fake. They'll look to throw. Right side, it's the tight end, Hockenson. The Lions now going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1. So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on first down. Here's 2nd and 8. He gets this one to Johnson. Now 3rd down is looming, a pickup of 2 on first down and just 1 yard there. He felt the pressure coming there. That was a good job of just making something out of nothing, so to speak.
Yeah, took the hit and still made the play. You know, when we talk about runners, all right, on running plays, runs after contact, we call that
nowhere to escape, and he goes down. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half. Here comes the Lions punter now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. And this one hits at the 1, continues on into the end zone for a touchback. The offense takes the field, and we turn our attention to Saquon Barkley. He's been good. They've utilized him well, but they're losing here in the 2nd quarter. What might they change offensively?
I think that what you try and do is expand how you get the ball to him a little bit. Get him out in open space, maybe swing the ball to him. What's that they used to call in the West Coast offense, the long handoff? Yeah. Serve as your running play that way, as well as continue to feed him the football. Some of these runs now may pop bigger later in the game because of the effects of running it. Sometimes people after a while, they don't want to tackle him anymore, or they get tired, or they get out of position, or he runs through tackles. Continue to feed him the ball. He's having that kind of game.
Yeah, might they get him the ball in some space in some different ways here. They'll tussle for it, and this is going to be caught. That's now a pair of explosive plays in succession, both north of 20 yards.
They really love to get him into one-on-one opportunities, and this is one way. Work him out of the slot and create a mismatch.
After review of the play, the ruling on the field is reversed.
So the challenge comes in inside of 2 minutes, and it gets overturned.
And it changes the whole format of what's about to happen because both sides had thought a certain call has been made. Now they have to flip back and start over.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 35.
Hey, box truck.
Throwing again is Darnold. He'll let this go for the end zone. And that is incomplete. 7 seconds remaining. This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. Out of the shotgun, they run with Barkley. And this play going to be stopped in its tracks at the 32, and obviously well short of the first down. And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the second quarter. And this one is right down the middle. And that will do it for this first half. So we've reached halftime here on opening weekend. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. And welcome back to football, everybody. We've got a full slate of 16 games here to start the new season. So
we now proceed to the start of the second half. We'll see if week one fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. This is taken at his 4. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line. Out come the Vikings. They'll have it first on offense as we begin the third. First half showed us some pretty good offense. Tie game. We'll see what the second half brings.
And it'll be interesting because I think both sides feel pretty good about what their offenses are doing. Got to wonder what adjustments are being made defensively to try and get a spark and maybe slow down the other side.
But here, do you change up anything on this opening drive?
Not offensively, you don't. You got everything going your way. You've probably prepared for maybe some change-ups you might expect, but overall, you like what your game plan's showing you.
And now here's a deep shot that's complete. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble.
Let's go! Let's go! Let's go!
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. He lost 6 there on the first down play.
The short field shrinks even more with the type of bodies they brought in on that play. Those extra tight ends, they weren't able to secure their blocks, and that one ended up going backwards.
Now from the 7, here's second and goal.
52's the mic right here. 52's the mic. Let's go, defense. Let's get that.
Now it's Darnold. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. A field goal would get them the lead, but that's not what they're shooting for as they come up on third down. On third down, they run with Madison. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. Taking it in from 7 yards away. And the Vikings have taken the lead.
But they decided to run it in and got it done on third and goal. A lot of times, that's a passing play.
And the kicker, this has to come out for the PAT. He can breathe a sigh of relief as well, right?
Although I don't know if he's really breathing a sigh of relief. I think he likes to put 3 points on his ledger.
That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Here he is, the man taking the snaps under center, heading out for the next possession. And maybe... The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. And this game was all square at halftime, but now they find themselves down 7 following the opening drive touchdown here in the third quarter.
And they need to take a good, relaxing, deep breath, don't you think? Because right now they might start to feel like they've got to play catch-up here and start matching them point for point. But it's still too early to get there. They can still run their offense. Plenty of time to get back in this game.
Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. First down Lions on a pickup of 13. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Back to throw here. He's got the first down and more inside the 40. And finally brought down at the 38. First down Detroit, 16 yards on the pickup. 5th catch of the game for him there.
Yeah, and the tight end position is now becoming a volume pass catcher. Used to be occasional, right, safety valve. Throw one to him every so often, but mainly they want him out there to block. Nowadays, an integral part of the passing game, and they create such great mismatches that they often become the leading receiver.
Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the third quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
2nd and 13. Dumping it off for Johnson. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for 3rd down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Now a 3rd down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. So a good kick there to polish off the drive with 3 points.
Yeah, coaches always talk about finishing a drive with a kick. 2 of them give you points, either an extra point or, in this case, a field goal.
And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. And out now come the Vikings. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before.
Under pressure now, Darnold, and he goes down. Trey Flowers in there to bury him for a loss of 11. Well, they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21. To throw is Darnold. Over the middle, and it's incomplete. And Charles, got to like what this defense has been able to do these last couple of plays.
Yeah, they get the sack on 1st down, then they force the incomplete pass. Now they're just a play away from getting the football right back, but it's a big play. They've got to hold up.
And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked up by Blake Martinez. And they are going to set up shop at the 40-yard line. They'll try to get the offense going with Johnson. And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. They give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6. The dump-off gets him only 1, and now you're looking at a 3rd down.
The goal of a wide receiver screen is get enough blockers in front to create a wall and let him pick his spot to run the football. How about the defense there, swarming to it and not allowing that to happen? Did not let him get downfield.
And this is taken in at the 5. And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
I know we love our jobs, and pretty much any play we see, we're pretty, excited about. But big plays, let's face it, that's what we absolutely live for. How about that one?
That was great, and what our camera missed was the fist. And he takes this one in for a Lions touchdown. From 4 yards out, and the Lions are going to jump back in front. The touchdown all set up by the big play 1 snap before, but they finish it off here with a shorter completion, this time for the score.
I like how they stuck with what got them there, right? The big pass play, got the momentum going, right? You create it with a play like that, and you come right back with another pass play to finalize things off.
And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line. Sam Darnold leading the offense out for their next possession. He's likely still kicking himself from the interception last drive that wound up leading to a go-ahead score.
And he's going to assume all that came with that one, all right? That's all on him, but he also knows he's got to erase it from his mind and get back out there. This drive, very important.
Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8. Throwing on 2nd and 8. Darnold, he lost the football.
On plays like this, when the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back because This is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
Now this one over the middle into the hands of his tight end, complete. A good pickup there, 21 yards.
And when you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him, because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't he?
He really does, and the best part about that play for him, I don't think that was his primary target.
And under the Lions' pressure, he's brought down. Trey Flowers able to get in there for his second sack of the afternoon.
And that's his second sack of the game, but this player, disruptive in all phases, whether he's going upfield, coming underneath, you name it. He's a big-time guy you have to block.
And he'll go down, and that will do it for the third quarter of action. Back now at Ford Field. It's been a very hotly contested game to this point. Just a field goal separating these two teams as we get set for the fourth quarter. The Vikings on third down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This will be third and forever. Darnold from the gun. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Give the sack to Aaron Lynch, the former USF Bull.
Brandon, I think you understand the type of afternoon this offensive line is having. It is a long one for them. Long for you to spend it with me. Long for them trying to block those guys. They've given up a whole lot of sacks, and the speed and quickness of that defensive line is eating them alive.
It'll be a 51-yard punt that time, and the Lions will take over. Just week one, but already plenty of intrigue with the games going on, and this one no different as we come up on a 1st and 10. And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's second down. A pass for negative yardage, obviously no good. Maybe he shouldn't have thrown it, or maybe he shouldn't have caught it.
And I think we were seeing it at the same time, weren't we? Maybe you let that one go, right? Because you can see the lost yardage about to develop. But that goes against every instinct of a receiver. They're trying to catch everything. So it's really hard to be mad at him and yell at him for trying to make that play.
This quarterback now, a perfect 8 for 8 to start the second half. Not bad. 1st and 10. Now a 10th carry for Johnson. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 11. 2nd and 11. Complete. It's Johnson. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up third down.
If you're a selfish player and you're throwing the ball, you're cool with the completion. Maybe not so cool with the yardage loss, though, huh?
Yeah, you went backwards on the yardage. Hey, it kind of works like a sack for the defense there.
Yeah, it's a really big play for them, right? Able to figure it out, sniff it out, and finish it off.
The last 2 plays, each lose a yard. They'll try to move forward here on 3rd and 12. Open man is Higgins. And he's going to be stopped here at the 43, and that is not near enough to pick up the first.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield. And the Vikings now heading onto the field. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
They get 14 there. 1st down, Vikings. Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch. They keep it with Barkley on 1st down. And a penalty flag is down to the backfield as they finally bring him to the turf. I'm not sure this is going to stand. So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20. Darnold. It's complete to Diggs. He finds an opening past the 40. 25 yards there on the catch and run.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down. Executed it to perfection. Now Darnold. Wide open receiver complete. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. A good pickup there, 21 yards. Darnold now, a perfect 8 for 8 to start the second half. Not bad. 1st and 10. Here's Darnold. And Diggs has it. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. They get 14 there. 1st down, Vikings. Clock running, under 4 to play now as they come up on 1st and 10. Here's a carry for a former starter. This is Lamar Miller. And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down. On 2nd down, Barkley. And he will fight his way into the end zone for a touchdown. A 5-yard touchdown run. And the Vikings have once again taken the lead. And there you go. Nothing really too complex. Block, keep to your assignments, let them run it in. They did it.
Fundamental football. Good blocking beats good tackling on that play. End result, touchdown.
Now after the touchdown, it's Zerline. He'll kick it away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. So here come the Lions now. They punted last time they had it. What steps, Charles, you think they have to take to make sure they don't do that again?
Well, let's just go to the football 101, the trite expression 101. Win 1st down. Make 5, 6, 7 yards on 1st down and make it a 2nd and 3, 2nd and manageable. Keep accumulating 1st downs that way. Keep moving the football. You don't want to get behind the sticks because then the defense has the advantage. It is tough to complete passes against zone defenses. The windows that you see open, they shrink pretty rapidly. How about being able to hit a moving target against a zone before the next guy can get there and make a play on the ball? Not
easy for any quarterback, no matter the situation. And there, the defense won the battle. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 1st down for the Lions on a nice pickup of 18 yards. On 1st down, he'll drop to throw. Throw left side to Higgins. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. They like going to him in the slot. He catches another one.
I think this comes under the heading of until they stop him, why not go back to him? He has something going really well. Great working relationship with the guy throwing the ball, and they keep making the connection.
Throwing again on 2nd down, but this time it's incomplete. As big of a play as we've had in this one so far. This is 3rd and 3. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Monte Nicholson picks it, and they get the football. They'll set up shop at their own 49-yard line. Good starting field position for the Vikings as they have it 1st and 10. Just shy of midfield at the 49. Darnold now to throw. The left side caught by Diggs. That one good for 20 on the catch and run.
Well, how about this aggressive approach? Got the lead, 4th quarter, continuing to throw the football. Are you thinking about Super Bowl 51? Atlanta had the lead against New England, and they ended up giving it up?
I was going to say, don't say it, but you did say it.
I did, didn't I?
Yeah, anybody watching Atlanta, our apologies. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1. Another yard would probably put this thing in the books. It's 2nd and 1. 4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game. So the Vikings in possession of the football as we get you reset. They've got a 2nd down now as they search for a way to get this one to the finish line. From the 22, Darnold. This to Jarwin. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. And whistles, and we're going to have another stoppage of play as they call the timeout on defense with 1:53 left. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Inside the red zone here, they'll look to throw. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Snags it for the pick. And he'll go down inside the 15 at his own 13-yard line. You got the slim lead late and the football, so why are you throwing it there?
Remember during the year when we asked one of the head coaches, if you're in this spot, why would you throw the ball? And he talked about trusting his quarterback and trusting his offense. And then at the end he kind of went, yeah, not really a good reason.
This pass complete to Higgins. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. Counting down toward a minute to go in this football game. He's back to throw. Here's Higgins out of the right side. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. That one a first down pickup of 8. And the tip there altered the ball flight, and it falls incomplete. It'll be 2nd down. This defense hasn't had the best showing in this game, but a critical knockdown there. If they can hang on, I guess the end will kind of justify the means.
Certainly, and just think of it this way. It may not be the quantity of the plays that they've had, because those haven't been great, but they get a few more quality ones like that. That could finish things off for them.
That's caught at the 25. He takes it across for the touchdown, and they've taken the lead late in the final minute of the 4th.
Wow, wow.
Might be seeing that one on the highlight shows tonight. The home run ball here in the 4th quarter to take the lead.
There's nothing like being aggressive, preaching that to your team, and then following through. All the way through. Go ahead and throw one more up there. Why not?
Been a great game, and we are not done yet. So that drive spanned 5 plays. And the end result, a Detroit touchdown. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line just across the 25. So Sam Darnold in the offense. Down 34-31. A little over 30 seconds remaining. This is only week 1 of the season, folks. Get strapped in as they come up here 1st and 10. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they get it with 26 seconds to go in the football game. So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield.
Set the tone, defense, let's go. My 50. In your face.
They'll look to throw. That's caught inside the 20. They give him a gain of 38. Well, make that now 2 completions for him on this drive, and these aren't ordinary completions. They're big ones.
Yeah, these are the types that make a secondary talk to each other, and not in a good way. Oftentimes pointing fingers. Hey, who's got him? Someone cover it. That type of indecision can open up even more big plays.
And he couldn't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. Now the Vikings will use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 13 seconds left to play. Only way to get the lead here, of course, with a touchdown, and that's what they're gunning for on 1st and goal. And Barkley will try to punch it in, and he's across for the touchdown, and it's likely the game winner here in the closing stages.
So for those of little faith, guess what? It got done. They now have the lead with that touchdown this late in the contest. I wonder if that was a play they were holding or a play that they just knew would work from past experience.
Well, I just saw it in their eyes on the sideline before starting that last drive, and they did. You're right. They got it done. Looks like they're going to be the winners. Now after the touchdown, it's Zerline. He'll kick it away. That's fielded in the end zone. And with time a factor here late, he'll just take a knee, and they'll start things out at the 25. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. Critical condition here, obviously. Got to hope to get something quick right and then maybe take that shot deep.
And once they do take the big shot, you've got to worry on defense. Of course, no one getting behind the defense and make it an easy throw. But nowadays, it's not just the ball being tipped in the air and people in the end zone in a cluster. It's that guy that's short in the end zone who comes up and ends up making the play because he goes unguarded. So there's a lot to think about if you're playing defense in this situation.
We'll see if they can cover all their bases. So the final seconds have ticked away in this Minnesota victory. And with that, our journey begins, Charles. Week 1 in the books. Going to be a great season.
Oh, man, so much to look forward to. Isn't it nice to get a really good game right out of the gate? Preseason behind us, all these games count now, don't they?
Yeah, this is the exciting time with just 1 week gone and plenty of weeks to come. So for the Vikings, not much to complain about here. They come in and steal a victory in a tough place to play on a Sunday night. And they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for Detroit, they go down to defeat here in the opener. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. I'm Brandon Gaudin. Certainly have to thank Charles Davis, my broadcast partner, and our entire crew. We'll catch you.
Ladies and gentlemen. Ladies and gentlemen. Are you ready? Get ready, dog. It's time to get it lit, we got it hot like fever. Sick with the talk, pass to your receiver. All about running the spot. And you know we got breath control, so no need to take a breather. Cardio kingpin, subjugate the